Welcome to Animal Logos. Here are some examples of logos of animals that you're going to create. Let's start by making a document that's 10 inches by 10 inches. Great. Go ahead and hit OK. Now you have your document. You'll need to place the drawing that you did of one of the animals, and you choose the animal you would like. Locate it, hit place, click, and drag the mouse across the screen. Now that you have your animal, stop. Make sure that you have the right size. Now let's continue. We're going to go to our layer and we're going to lock it. We're going to double click where it says layer 1 and we'll write animal. We're going to make a new layer for layer 2. This is going to have our drawing. Now we're going to get the curvilinear pen tool that we will use to trace around the animal. We'll be tracing around the silhouette or the outside of our animal. We won't be going inside to any of the details. All right, now before we start, we make sure that we have our stroke as black and our fill as none. Zoom in as best you can. Now we're going to go and we're going to use the curvature pen tool. You're going to try this with your own drawing. We're going to click and then click again. It's going to curve, so we're going to click, and you can go back to any anchor point and double click to make a straight point. Notice that I'm clicking at each curve, and with the curve pen tool, it will make the curve for you. As you can see here, I can go back at any time and move a curve. I can also click at any one of my anchor points and hit delete. I can drag and pull a line at any time that I need, trying to make the cleanest curves possible. When it comes to a straight point, I double click at the anchor point and that will straighten the two lines out. Notice I'm double clicking. If I need to adjust, I will do that after making my second click. Double click for straight line. Sometimes I might have to make a change from the actual drawing to clean it up. Going to double click. Straightens up that line really well. The curvilinear pen tool, it's really easy to do. What you're thinking of doing is getting a silhouette of your animal. Lots of detail. So sometimes you have to move points because of where you placed it. So I'm going to move the point. Notice that I am still adjusting, figuring out exactly where I need my curve tool to keep the cleanest line possible. It requires a lot of different work. Double clicking is that straight line. I'm going to double click once more to get a nice curved line, figuring out and bringing it in. Here we go for some more straight lines, so double click, pops that right in. Try to have as few as points as possible here. We've done this with our line tool, but now we're going to be making it with our shape tool. So as we finish up here with our last curve, we're going to end up where we started, and we want to click right where we started, making sure that we connect our lines. That's really important. Make sure you connect your lines so it becomes a shape. This is important for later on when we're in Illustrator. Now go back and fix up any lines that need cleaning up. Remember, you can delete, move, change an anchor point from curve to straight. Now I'm going to fill it in with solid black. Now that you have your shape, we're going to go transparency, reduce it down. And here comes the big interesting part here. We're going to use the lines that we drew earlier using our curvilinear pen tool to trace out some of those lines that we did earlier. We're going to make them into shapes. So we're going to come back and give it a little bit of weight so that we have our shape. Now that we have our shape, we can fill it in with white. Just adjusting it, cleaning it up, making it as clean as I can in terms of a line, and let's turn it into a solid color. But we're going to turn it into a solid, and we're going to remove the stroke. See how that looks with our image. Just cleaning it up, looking pretty good. Okay, so now let's go back to our curvilinear tool, zoom in, and we will follow one of the arcs that we drew to begin with for our horse. Remember, we're going to just do the stroke first, turn off the fill, trying to make that as curvature as smooth as possible, coming back, cleaning it up, and we get a nice curve with it. Now that we have a good curve, let's take a look, and we can fix the other one. Just adjusting different weights, different shape curves with it until I get something that I find that really works. Now to select these, we're clicking A, filling them in, trying to get an idea of what it would look like. So let's see. Let's go to our layers and turn off our horse so we get a better idea to see how the shapes are interacting. We can click on with A on the keyboard. That selects the shape. We can adjust the shape, adjust where it should be in relationship to our design. Go up to the curvilinear tool and we can adjust it. Giving more of a curved look here. And let's take a look at our shape builder tool. We're going to select everything. Click minus on our shapes. So that let's look at some of our designs here of a logo. As you can see, we've created positive and negative spaces, and we're doing the same thing here. As you can see, we're actually cutting out. A couple of ways to do it. We're going to make a circle inside a circle. This will be for the nose. We'll go get the shape builder tool, come back and hold down the Alt key, and now we have the part of the nose. We always hit A or V to get into our shape. We'll go to our pen tool, just like we were doing with our lines. So let's make sure we just have a stroke. Let's go ahead and make the eye. The eye, we're just going to use our pen tool, making a full shape, because anytime we're using our pen or curvilinear tool, we need to always go back to where we started. And now let's fill it in white. Click on A, and we can adjust the actual anchor points that go into making the shape. You can see which works best for what we're doing here. And there we have our eye. So you're going to do what you think works best on your artwork for your animal. Best of luck, and try this with your own animal drawing.